First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we take a look at the Transformers Hasbro offerings of this week. Tuesday, aka yesterday, the Transformers team put out a bunch of products, about 7, I believe. There are, I believe, 5 Deluxes, 1 Voyager, and 1 Leader. First up, we've got G1 Powerglide, looking awesome. Deluxe class, of course, is what we're going to start with. And Powerglide here is incredible. He comes with the alien mask from the Hollywood episode. He comes with the openable chest with the red heart from the episode where he falls in love. And he just looks amazing, and it's getting those mini-bots closer to being done. Next up, speaking of mini-bots, we have a look at Deluxe class Swerve. Swerve here looks awesome. They even gave him faux tires for his shoulders because the tires being a partial of gears, the tires are in the inside of the chest and on the legs, and so it kind of works out to give him that G1 cartoon accuracy and comic accuracy and just, you know, Swerve accuracy in general. They put some faux tires on the shoulders that then when transforms becomes kind of like these foot stands for the truck mode. It looks awesome. And with that, now I think the only mini-bot we're missing is Tailgate. We got Outback and Brawn. We got Swerve and Gears. We got Windcharger. We got Sea Sprite, but we do need a cartoon version, so I guess we do need him also with his cartoon accurate head. But yeah, we're really close to finish the mini-bots with these 2 now being put out. And then next up, we have a look at 2 Prime Universe figures. Cliffjumper, which is just a package refresh of the 5-pack one from Target. Or is it a 4-pack one? I think it was a 4-pack one. Looks really cool. And then we got to look at Transformers Prime Universe Smokescreen, which is really awesome. He is definitely one of my favorite Prime characters. I love that he comes with the, I guess, the phase shifter Prime artifact. And I love that Mark made a point during a video, which they covered all these in, that there was, you know, a chance that this could have become a Prime character, like an actual Prime character. Optimus almost gave him the Matrix if you watched the show. Hopefully that's not a spoiler for anyone. But that's really cool. And then next up, we have a look at a animated universe, Transformers Animated Universe Ratchet. Looks really awesome. They even gave him all the extra tools like the original toy came with. And I think it's awesome they went this route using the hoisted Trailbreaker mold. I really like it. And then in our Voyager class, we got Nexus Prime. And there was a big amount of people that like this got leaked, I think, and people were freaking out over it. Then Mark showed off the combined mode, and people were kind of like, ugh. Because people were really upset that, you know, the gimmick they were going for, the thing they were going for was having him be a Voyager so he could be like Silverbolt and Onslaught, where you could put him into the center of a skeleton and then swap limbs around. People were kind of, you know, disappointed by that. They were hoping for something different. But Mark, Nate, and Evan during the fan stream did cover that they will be coming out with the 4 limbs. They just can't show that off on the packaging or during the fan stream because there's rules and guidelines to marketing and selling. You cannot show off something that is not available yet because it will be false advertisement because, you know, people sue like crazy. But the 4 limbs will be coming out, and there is some people saying that there was a talk about a skeleton structure. So Nexus will get, you know, a full Nexus form like the original. I think it was a Fun Pub Nexus, using the armor bots or the Energon combiner kind of gimmick. I did like that they mentioned that the combiner head that pops out of Nexus is the one from the Covenant of Primus design. But yeah, really cool figure. Also, in this set, those 5 Deluxes will come, you know, in a solid case with extras of, I believe, Powerglide and Animated Ratchet, I think it is, and Smokescreen and Cliffjumper, I think. Like, certain ones have 2 and certain ones have 1 of each. Nexus's pack partner was the Armada Sidewise that we pre-ordered a while back. He's his pack mate. So when you see Armada Sideways, you'll see Nexus, and when you see Nexus, you'll see Armada Sideways. Will be at your stores. And then finally, our leader class, Liege, Maximus, the one of the 13 Primes, with his awesome, you know, deco and his awesome accessories. My favorite part was Mark pointed out when they were designing it, he worked with the Takara team to have it where the back piece could be pulled off, and you could sit him down in the Decepticon throne that we get from either the Dramatic Capture set or the Coronation Starscream or that gray version that you could buy that was from the convention circuit a while back. You could put the pieces on the back of it back parts that are the giant, horns. You could plug that into the back of the throne and sit him on the throne, and you could still kind of have that design. And they also pointed out that his arm cannon from the comic will be able to pop out, and you could swap out his hand with that. Everything about these figures is incredible. All of them are awesome. I'm looking forward to the idea of next year, or even, like, I don't know, I think they said 2027. They kind of spilled the beans about it because they wanted fans to know that they will be doing the other limbs. I'm looking forward to knowing there's something to look forward to. Hopefully we'll get all 4 of them at once. We won't have to wait too long, but at the same time, it makes it kind of fun waiting. But yeah, that is all the Transformer stuff and all the fun little things they point out. They also pointed out that these were not the last 2 primes, even though there are 13 primes, and we technically have all 13. Vector Prime will be coming out, and they make kind of nod to it being a completely new thing. So it might be a new paint app, it might be a new mold, might be just, some extra added things, but they made a kind of hint to it not just being a package refresh of the Vector Prime we already have. So that is awesome. So Vector Prime that we have could go with your Cybertron stuff, and this one could go with your 13 Primes is what it sounds like. So it is going to be something new. So I'm very excited for that when we finally get to see that. Hopefully we'll see that around Comic-Con. But yeah, that is all of our Transformers news right there. And a big, details about all the cool stuff that is going on with them. And over at the Marvel side of things from Hasbro, we have a look at the 2 new items that one went up for pre-order already, one will go up for pre-order tomorrow. That being, the thing that already went up is the movie Deadpool we talked about a while back. It finally went for pre-order. It is a deluxe figure. My favorite parts of it are definitely the Hulk Fist toys, accessories, and then the dog pool. That is definitely what will get me to buy this if I do end up buying it, but it looks really awesome. And then finally, the one that I am definitely buying because I'm excited for it, we are getting the Ghost Rider tomorrow. Finally, people have been very excited about this one. When all these things got revealed, that was definitely something a lot of people were like, when is it going to go up for pre-order? And so now we finally know that it will be tomorrow, thanks to Dan on his socials, who is the marketer for a Marvel team. I'm very excited for this Ghost Rider. I like all the different little details here and there with it. I am assuming this will be on Pulse, BBTS, Entertainment Earth, anywhere that fine Hasbro toys are sold. If you want to pick up the Deadpool right now, Liege is in the description down below, but you can find it pretty much anywhere. It is just a mainline deluxe. But yeah, really awesome stuff. And over the week, we got some awesome G.I. Joe renders from the G.I. Joe socials. We got a look at Airtight from the Joes. We got a look at a mysterious shadow cowboy figure that will be revealed later on. Most everything here will be revealed and pre-ordered, I believe, at Toy Fair is what they said. A lot of people are saying this is going to be a Wild Bill. I'm kind of thinking it might be like a Wild Bill for, classified for people to be able to get one. It will be different than the one that came with the Dragonfly, so people can have a chance to add him to his collection, to their collection. And then we also got a look at Red Dog. Is it Red Dog and Taurus? I can never remember their name. They're part of Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter's. Marauders or Sergeant Slaughter's team. I feel bad I don't remember all the little details here and there. They just look awesome. And then we also got to look at a Hydro Viper, which I'm very excited for. A Cobra Overkill, which looks really awesome. I love the colors here and stuff like that. It looks really awesome. Then we got Ninja Force Zartan. I'm definitely down for more Ninja Force stuff. I got the Ninja Force Storm Shadow, so I'm very excited to have that. I think we also got Ninja Force Snake Eyes recently, so the more Ninja Force, the awesomer. And then we also got, is it Zion? I can never pronounce her name right, but she also comes with the Swamp Ski, or the Chameleon, I think is what it's called. So this will be awesome if you want to have some more vehicles in your collection. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else I'm missing? I think that's all of them. Yeah, that should be everything revealed. If I missed something, that's on me. But yeah, just awesome stuff. I'm looking forward to all of these. They look incredible. Always fun to see the different Cobra, troop characters and stuff like that added in, and just awesome, renders here. I cannot wait to see the final product during Toy Fair and see all the awesome, photos and the set pieces that they make with them, and definitely the pre-orders. I'm very excited. I'm assuming these will all be standard figure price, except for the 2-pack and the vehicle pack. I'm assuming those will be a little bit more pricey, being a vehicle and a figure and a 2-pack. But yeah, really awesome stuff. I will definitely talk more about it later on. And just real fast, we're talking about some pre-orders that went live. First up, this is from Star Wars and the Hasbro team. Starkiller and his Sith Lord outfit went up for pre-order today, along with the other 2 members of Scar Squadron that they talked about. These both were talked about a while back during the Star Wars fan stream. And now they are finally available for purchase. If you want to pick them up, like I said, all links for everything that are available today will be in the description down below, including these 2. I'm on the fence about them. I would like to finish Scar Squadron. I would love to get Starkiller in his Sith Lord armor, but between everything that's coming out and the prices of things and stuff like that, it's definitely something where I'm not seeing these sell out anytime soon. And because they're everywhere, there's a chance, you know, since they're Legends stuff in a way, they might not be as popular as other things. But if you want to pick them up, which I'm kind of hem-hawing around, they are available right now. They look incredible. I really like all the detail they put in, including the wired soft goods, so I can kind of see why the price is there when it comes to Starkiller. And they do have soft goods with the 2-pack. So we are getting, you know, more cool details for that little bit of, you know, stuff here and there. I definitely like to see that with the prices going up. I know that that's because of certain things, but it is always nice to see them also add on to things and put soft goods in certain figures that definitely look better with soft goods. For our last bit of Hasbro toy news, because there was a lot this week from all the different brands, this is something interesting. Hasbro will be doing Street Fighter and Voltron merchandise, but not for general like Voltron and Street Fighter, apparently for the movies that are coming out. So they will be doing figures and role-playing things and action figures and stuff like that and toys for Street Fighter with Legendary, who's making the movie. And then for Voltron, apparently there's a movie coming out with Henry Cavill in it. They will be doing the action figure toys and role play for that. So I don't know if they'll be doing any like the classic stuff for Voltron or Street Fighter. I do wonder if this means we might be able to see crossovers with other brands, like a Voltron Transformer crossover or Street Fighter Transformers crossover, even though we've already had that before. Be able to add on to that or make, you know, newer versions. Time will only tell. It is interesting because I know that Street Fighter did stuff with G.I. Joe back in the day during the O-Ring stuff, so it'd be fun to see if they can kind of do that. But yeah, just two really cool small bits of information. We don't know quite a bunch about it yet, but I'm expecting more news at Toy Fair. Maybe we'll even see some products, so my fingers are crossed for that. Definitely excited to see what they do with both of those, because I'm very excited for both those movies. When it comes to like nostalgia, awesome, you know, cartoons and video games. And we got the Masters of the Universe movie trailer finally. It was incredible. I watched it with the family, my jaw dropped. I'm excited for it. It looks incredible. The, you know, action-packed adventure kind of, you know, style, and the fact that, you know, it's gonna be on Eternia more than Earth is sounding really cool. But we also, thanks to, I believe it's Entertainment Weekly or one of the news sites, we got images of the movie figures and information about them and, you know, details. They will be, I believe they said, true 6-inch figures now. So unlike Masterverse, where they're a little bit bigger than 6-inch figures that, you know, around, you know, the different brands, these will fall in line more with the standard 6-inch figures. I think this is interesting because we just covered that with the K-pop Demon Hunter figures and the new DC figures. So it looks like Mattel is trying to make their figures the true 1/12 scale so that they can sit with your other figures on your shelf from other brands like Hasbro and Jetta Toys and stuff like that if you want to kind of mix toys. These all look incredible. We got to look at Man-at-Arms. We got to look at He-Man himself. We got to look at Teela, Evelyn, Skeletor, Triclops. And the one I'm most excited about, Trapjaw, that looks really cool. I just hope we get to see Scareglow, because I cannot wait to see what Scareglow looks like. I don't know if he's going to be in the movie, though. I don't know if they ever said that there was someone cast to be him, so he might be like a later on in a sequel movie, maybe, villain. Or maybe they'll go the route of Hordak, which would be really cool, to bring in She-Ra. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We also got to look at Panther and Battle Cat finally in action figure form, and they look incredible. And then also a picture of Ram Man, who looks awesome as well. But all these figures look incredible. They will be in their, you know, Masterverse kind of design packaging. But I do know that there's, you know, news. I won't say it's rumors. There's news that Masterverse is ending, and they're going to kind of replace it with these movie figures so that they have, you know, spot on the shelf and they're not taking up too much shelf space, because that real estate does cost when you do that at stores. So we're going to have Origins, you know, probably the Thundercat stuff will be wrapping up soon, like the Turtle stuff is kind of starting to wrap up. So we're probably going to see a lot of, you know, cartoon and Origins on the shelf, and then these. And then, of course, they're also doing kind of smaller versions that are almost like Origins scale and like chunkiness and 5-inch of Master Universe characters from the movie, with Beastman, Teela, and He-Man here, which look really cool. This is more of like a 5-inch line instead of a 6-inch line. So yeah, really awesome stuff. None of this, of course, is available yet, but I'm sure we'll hear more about it at Toy Fair, which will be later on this month, I believe. So I'm very excited for that. And something awesome coming out of Lego, because they are non-stop, just like Hasbro and Mattel. We are getting all kinds of cool stuff. Just like we got K-Pop Demon Hunters from Mattel and Hasbro, it is official. They will be doing stuff with Lego. And as you can see here from the teaser, it looks like Derpy Cat, I believe is his name, the blue cat tiger with the planter. So I'm very excited for that. I love when, you know, Lego gets a chance to turn a popular fandom into Legos. So I'm curious to see if we'll get like minifigures, or if these will be like that Winnie the Pooh set and the sets where they're more like you build characters with bricks, kind of like the Spider-Man heads and stuff like that. So they'll be more like, you know, set pieces. But it is definitely cool looking. It will be coming out later on this year. So I will definitely keep you updated with that. But that's just something real fast to talk about here when it comes to Lego. And in Mezco toy news, we got a look at a new Mezco item that I think looks incredible. It is that of the Marvel's X-Men's Nightcrawler. This looks awesome. The accessories are awesome. You get Nightcrawler here with awesome base, like all their figures come with. The puffing effects when he teleports, I guess they're called teleport effects. And then all kinds of sabers and swords for you to have him holding. This figure looks incredible. If you want to pick it up right now, it is available at mezcotoys.com. It's also available at BBTS Entertainment Earth, and it is just an awesome looking figure with soft goods, all kinds of articulation. I'm covered on Nightcrawler with my Marvel Legends one, but this one has definitely got a lot of different detail, and the head sculpts are incredible. I know a lot of times people buy these and then use the heads and the accessories with their Marvel Legends. I was kind of tempted with that idea, but I don't think I can drop, you know, what was it, I think 116, 120 almost, just for some accessories and stuff. As much as I enjoy Mezco toys, I finally got one myself with the Captain America that I revealed a while back. It's one of those things where it's fun to have, you know, a standalone character like that, or just a Batman, but when you start trying to, like, collect a whole team, and then, you know, you're going down that rabbit hole, or you're using them for accessories, it gets a little pricey. But yeah, still a really awesome product for any of the Mezco fans out there, or 1/12 scale fans, or Nightcrawler fans. It is definitely something really cool, and it's awesome to see this version and this company doing it. And Mondo Toys, earlier this week, did a little teaser of a Superman, the animated series Superman, and they finally showed it off, and it is incredible. It is, of course, the animated series Superman that kind of goes with the animated series Batman we got a while back. It is available for purchase right now. I think it's pre-order, though, not in stock, so it will take a bit for it to get to you, but it is incredible. It has all kinds of accessories, different heads, including a heat ray version. You can get them in all kinds of awesome poses. This is 1/6 scale, so 12-inch scale. The part that is crazy is it comes almost with other characters, which Mondo Toys is always awesome doing that, throwing in things that are almost like, you know, multi-pack. So it has a, not a Lois Lane figure, but a Lois Lane that Superman can hold. And then also, I forget the name of this character, but I know he's a bit of a nuisance in the DC universe, but it comes with him too. Just a really awesome looking offering. Like I said, I personally am not a 12-inch collector, but these are amazing art pieces when it comes to action figures, articulated statues pretty much, that are just, you know, well designed and well detailed, that look incredible. And it is awesome to see that they're doing more animated stuff. I wonder if this means we might get an animated Wonder Woman, and then maybe an animated Flash and Green Lantern. Maybe even a Hawk Girl and Hawkman. That would be awesome. Or Hawkwoman and Hawkman. So yeah, maybe we'll see a whole Justice League of America team coming out of this, which would be awesome. And in 4 Horsemen toy news, we finally got pre-orders for ARKHAN the Cruel and AKSANA from the 4 Horsemen. We have been following this since they revealed them at Legion's Con. This is the next Infinite Legion thing. And it's not stopping, especially this version. We're going to be getting a ton of the characters from Joe Manganiello, I think is how you say it, from his D&D universe of characters. So there's going to be more of these characters from ARKHAN the Cruel's group of villains, or characters. These both look incredible. I'm very tempted to purchase both these, especially right now because they're having a deal where it's cheaper to buy them from the 4 Horsemen right now. I think it's $75 for ARKHAN, who will later on be $100, and then AKSANA will be, I think, $50 right now, and then like $60, I think, later on. So there's definitely some savings there. Plus, there's an early enamel pin that is a mixture of the Horseman's skull and ARKHAN's dragon skull kind of combined to make a really awesome $10 pin. These are all, of course, available on Four Horsemen Studios right now. If you want to pick them up, they look awesome. I'm definitely teetering on, trying to figure out if I want to get these or not, because I don't necessarily feel like if I get these two, I'll have to get the rest. But they are definitely two cool characters that can mix in with your other Legions figures. And not to mention, if you are going to do the Kickstarter for the RPG, which we're talking about next, because we got more images of the Elf Ranger or Rogue, I think it is, with some awesome daggers and, his leather accessory gear and stuff like that. So this will be one of the figures offered during the Kickstarter. I think it's only like 30, which we'll be talking a lot about that probably in the coming weeks, because it is supposed to go live in February. So I'm very excited for that. Lots of awesome Four Horsemen news to be coming out, and I'm very excited for everything that they are doing. Their work is incredible. And real fast, and some NECA toy news. There's not a lot to talk about right now, but NECA teased a image of what looks like the Muppet Show curtain with what looks like Kermit's, Gonzo's, and Fozzie's arms holding the sign and drawn on the sign. They also released another one. You can see what they say here. Pretty much what it sounds like is we are going to be getting the Muppet Show characters in NECA Ultimates figure line, kind of like the Sesame Street, and I am 100% on board with this. The fact that we will be able to get a bunch of the Muppets characters and a bunch of the Sesame Street characters who will probably all scale very well together in action figure form with all kinds of awesome, accessories that kind of, are from different scenes in the movies or shows or stuff like that, or the Muppet Show and things, is exciting. So I'm very excited for this. There's really not a lot to talk about right now, but like I said, like a lot of things here, we'll probably see more at Toy Fair. And in comics this week, we think look incredible. First up, we have from Dynamite Comics, Thundar the Barbarian #1, and I am very excited for this. I know in the past I've had some mix-up with names of characters and stuff like that, but I was able to get this one correct because it is right there in front of me. When it comes to Barbarian and Sword and Sorcery characters, this is definitely one I'm very excited about, because it is, very much a mixture of space fantasy, Sword and Sorcery mixed with lasers and blasters and stuff like that, and flying ships. If you watch the original cartoon, you will definitely enjoy this, I'm sure, because there will be callbacks to things. It just looks really awesome. Also, next up, we have Image Comics #1, Half Dwarf, Half Orc, All Dork. This comic looks incredible. I don't know much about it, but the cover and the look of it looks awesome. I like the premise, I like the story. When I read up a little bit, I don't want to spoil too much here, but it's definitely something I think looks really awesome coming out of Image Comics, and I like the idea of the character. And then finally, from Dynamite Comics, we have Archie X Army of Darkness, and this just looks hilarious. It's the Archie crew with the Archie comics set in the Army of Darkness kind of theme and world, and I just think this is hilarious, and I'm definitely looking forward to picking up and taking a look through it and seeing what it's all about. If it's like a one-for-one of the movie but with the Archie characters, if Ash will be in it, or what exactly is going on in it. It just sounds really goofy and awesome. But those are the comics this week I thought looked awesome. Leave a comment down below which comics this week you're looking forward to getting. Maybe there's something I should keep an eye out on. Keep an eye on and see what's new this week. Like always, go to your local comic shop, support them, pick up something new to read, and have a wonderful time. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at an amazing toy photographer with that of @danger_room_toy_photography on Instagram, and their work is incredible. They have all kinds of amazing toy photography from all kinds of different toy brands. Honestly, some of it looked like stuff I've seen as promo pics for the toys. I don't know if they work with any of them or if they're just really good at capturing that kind of feel. The one that really spoke to me, that caught my eye when I was going through their stuff, was this one of the Wolfman, and this kind of like foggy, black and gray and white kind of photo. Just breathtaking, awesome looking, and definitely made me want to go watch the Universal Monster movies. My favorite one on top of that is the Captain America kicking Red Skull's teeth in, or I should say punching Red Skull's teeth in. That is awesome. There's also a really amazing Batman versus Man-Bat, or I can't remember the name of the character from DC, but that looked incredible. I really liked this G.I. Joe one where Snake Eyes is getting ready to jump some alley vipers to save Scarlet. And then there's just all kinds of different ones. There's even some stuff from like Mythic Legions with some little bit of like a little horde of goblins or orcs. I think it's goblins getting ready to go on a march. It reminds me of the song from Lord of the Rings when they're marching. I immediately heard that when I saw the photo. And just all kinds of incredible, toy photography and, stuff like, the sets that they take the photos in, they set up, they definitely put a lot of effort into. You can see that in the photos. The angles they get, the lighting, it's just all incredible, and it definitely makes me want to go and pull out some of the figures that I have that are here and try to, pose them and play with them, because I went, oh my gosh, I do have that figure. I would love to play with that figure again. I gotta find it wherever it is on the shelf. But yeah, a lot of amazing work. If you like action figures, if you like photography, if you like, the idea of, toy photography, definitely give them a follow. It's a lot of fun stuff to stare at and take your mind off of everything that's going on right now. That might be stressing you out, and just have a fun time just looking at some really awesome toy photography. Link for their Instagram is in the description down below. Definitely go, like I said, give them a follow, share it with any friends that will like it. Give them all the likes and loves, and comment on what you like on their page. Help them kind of build their channel and stuff like that on Instagram, because it's just amazing work and I want to see more from them. It looks awesome. But thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next one.